Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Author's Corner, a creative writing group of students in the Mathematics and Science Academy. My name is Amy Frazier, a lecturer in the Department of Writing and Language Studies, who launched this program under the leadership of Dr. Wilma Smetter, principal of MSA, along with the much appreciated assistance of Melissa Peña-Montes, MSA's program manager. After studying creative writing in Oxford, I applied my newly acquired skills to write and publish a novelette entitled Brujeria in South Texas, scheduled to be released this year in Amazon, Barnes & Noble, and other bookstore outlets in the U.S. and the U.K. Since its inception of Author's Corner at the onset of spring semester 2020, I mentored, coached, and instructed a dynamic group of students with the propensity to author intriguing stories. Everyone has a story to tell. The key element, paramount in creative writing, lies in the ability to tell a good story that comes from the heart, mind, and soul of the individual, whose uniqueness is tantamount to a person's fingerprints. No two stories are exact duplicates in its originality. Even a subtle change in a similar theme adds nuance and dimension to a story that yields unexpected outcomes and an element of surprise that often allows the characters to come alive, leading the author to explore a new direction he never imagined. Currently in our 5th consecutive semester, MSA students continue to produce entertaining short stories and fiction published in The Writer. We are so excited and honored to engage for the first time this semester as participants in UTRGV's Vaquero Radio. Thank you for this opportunity. We hope you enjoy hearing today's oral presentation. The spotlight shines on one of our talented students as Writing Warrior of the Week in Author's Corner.
A Second Later Silence by Reese Nittler. Ugh! A grunt escaped his lips as a thick bramble coiled around his ankle and sent him crashing to the dark forest floor. Where the sun had gleamed, the moon loomed in, shrouding the world in her ethereal silvery glow. "Ow!" the young man moaned dramatically, examining his ankle where the thorns got hold of him. "Ugh! I'm bleeding!" His huge amber eyes went round in the misty light above, and he sniffed hard to keep from crying. "It's okay, just don't look at it," he shrugged at himself. He let out a deep breath and glanced up at the heavens. The stars rolled their twinkling eyes at him. Dad?" the young guy stammered out, peering over his shoulder. "Dad? Papa? Padre?" No sound returned except that of the whistling wind through the weeping willows. A shrill, thin-sounding hiss swirled around from their leaves, and a shiver jolted hard down his spine. "Dad!" the dude continued, squalling into the night. Fear about his missing father made him forget about the brambles cutting into his ankle. He leapt straight upright, felt a sharp stab, and let out a howl of pain that probably sent 100 wolves running. No, that was just an exaggeration. Only 12 wolves came thundering through the underbrush. "Ah!" The young master jumped 1.5 feet in the air in his fright while the wolves' glowing, green eyes bore into his. Their snarling snouts dripped with saliva, and their padded paws scarcely skimmed the shadow-laced grass as they pounded toward him. Well, if there was something that guy could do, that was run. Not. He took 2 steps before the slithering brambles struck again, and he flailed his arms around before collapsing into the soft grass. The scent of sweet, dew-laden blades filled his nose, and he wondered if that would be the last sensation he ever experienced. Probably. He felt the ground shake. A huge paw slammed into the small of his back. A high-pitched scream tore across the black plains. A second later, silence. The kid opened his eyes to see a beautiful wolf splayed unnaturally across the grass. It could be sleeping. The spearhead in its side said otherwise. "Who saved me?" the guy asked aloud, trying to leap to his feet. Clouds scuttled around, making everything black, and this seemed to disorient him further. The world went haywire and started spinning around like a carousel after chugging a monster energy drink. The scent of night cooled grass returned as he fell, and he felt a sharp pricking sensation in his back. The warm, wet fabric against his skin let him know that maybe that wolf had got him, and maybe he was acting too dramatic before about that epidermal layer scratch from the thorn. Before he could open his mouth to start screeching, though, he felt a calloused hand come down hard on his shoulder. "Shh," a hoarse voice whispered. "You will be all right." Really? The guy asked. His lips started trembling and he began to shake. He had never been hurt worse than brambles before, and maybe wolf claws were venomous. Who are you? Are wolf claws venomous? Venomous? The young man glanced up at the warrior who had saved him, receiving a start when he saw a young man not much older than his own 16 years and 8 days. Maybe he was even younger. "Who are you?" the wolf victim asked. "Are you a tree hugger?" The warrior blinked his pale, clouded eyes. He looked like he wanted to faceplant. "I am Shinoko Hizakabe," the warrior told the guy on the ground. "I am not a tree hugger. I eat tree bark for breakfast." "Me too," the victim sniveled. "I'm used to my dad's peanut butter sandwiches, so tree bark is really nasty." "Be quiet, please," Shinoko implored, politely somehow. "Are you looking for your father out here?" Yeah. I can find him. Track him down. Come with me to my home." "You have a house out here?" "A real house with AC and hot, running water and..." Shinoko fingered his spear and swiped it across the loose fabric of his pants. Wolf blood reddened the dirty tan fabric. "I do not know what AC is," Shinoko admitted. His face fell as he touched the bloody spear. "I only know that you were a boy. Boys get hungry. I have food." "I'm almost a man," the victim sniffed. "Only a few more years." Shinoko patted his upper shoulder, above the claw marks beginning a few inches downward. "Out here, we are men when we are mature enough to be men. I am a man. I am 15. You are probably 16 in a few days. You are not mature enough to be a man. I will make you dinner. Come." Shinoko's clouded eyes ticked up to where the horizon loomed in a wall of imminent blackness. "I'm not even offended because I know I'm not mature enough to be a man," the blood-splattered guy said. "I'll probably never be mature enough." "Realization is the first step," Shinoko said encouragingly. His dark, scar-laden face lit up in a smile, and the young boy, Charlie, began to laugh at that principle. "I am glad to hear you laugh. I was scared you went into shock," Shinoko admitted a moment later. "Additionally, when we return to my cave, I will bandage you up, maybe stitch you, and you can sleep in my bed of leaves. I will keep watch." "That sounds absolutely great. Wait, did you say leaves? No offense or anything, I'm super grateful, but are there bugs?" Shinoko blinked, and the wind swirled through his shoulder-length, deep black hair. "There are bugs," he whispered. "Everywhere. Come on, I will show you the best ones." With that, one last scream rang through the air, and Shinoko laughed as he led his new friend to momentary safety.